Good morning again. Welcome back to the Dayton Hamvention. This is Paul's N8HM joining you again from the AMSAT Demo Station. We will be demonstrating a passive AO-73 coming up here in a few minutes. It'll be AO-73 Fun Cube 1 is a 10 centimeter cubed CubeSat launched by a group in the UK and the Netherlands, AMSAT UK, AMSAT NL, in November of 2013. It includes both a BPSK beacon that anybody can receive with a simple USB receiver and simple antenna, and you can download the telemetry. And it also includes a 20 kilohertz wide transponder with uplink frequency of around 435 megahertz and downlink frequency of just below 146 megahertz. So we will be demonstrating communications through the transponder here this morning. So how much time do we have? What do we got?
Minus 4 degrees.
Minus 4 degrees, so we'll just have a couple minutes. It'll come up over the horizon. Unfortunately, here at this demonstration location, we're right outside the Hera Arena, and we will be beaming into the building for the first 5 to 6 degrees of the pass, and we won't be able to. We really won't be able to get into it until it rises above the building. We may hear the beacon, but we probably won't be able to get into the transponder until it rises above the building. So I'll take my seat here at the radio, and we will begin in a couple of minutes. Minus 3. Our rotator today is Keith Pugh, W5IU, and he'll be tuning the antennas. What we're using for antennas, well, first a quick description of the station. We have two Yaesu FT817s. Connected to two of the new M² Leo pack antennas. If you're an AMSAT member, they are available for only $499 for AMSAT members through the AMSAT store. It includes the 2-meter antenna, the 70 centimeter antenna, circular polarized, and the 6-foot cross boot. Just wrong one to turn.
Okay, you're at the horizon.
Okay, so we're over the satellite's over the horizon now. It's tuned down to the beacon frequency, and once we start hearing the beacon, then we'll try to get into the transponder. And we have some problems here at the Dayton Hamvention. As you might imagine, there's a lot of people walking around with a lot of radios, so there's a lot of RF floating around. You can kind of hear. Right now, I'm kind of hearing some noise level raising and lowering as the 2-meter signals get there's always 2-meter transmitter. 2-meter signals are ubiquitous around here. Yeah, I think I'm starting to hear the beacon just a little bit in there. It's very weak so far. We're still What's the elevation? I am hearing the beacon just real weak.
The beacon announce something inside the building?
I think it is.
Well, it'd be a 30 milliwatts though.
Yeah, I can kind of hear the noise. Kind of sounds like it. I can hear the ding of the pilot tone. That's definitely it there. Okay, we're starting to hear the beacon, so we'll tune away. Let's see if we can get into the transponder. Fox 1C engineering stack that you may have seen. You did see earlier if you were watching the earlier broadcast. And it transmits at 800 milliwatts and pretty much blows out our receive because we're only 100 feet from the booth inside. Okay, CQ AO-73, November 8 Hotel Mike. November 8 Hotel Mike at the AMSAT Demo Station. CQ AO-73. CQ AO-73. This is November 8 Hotel Mike. November 8 Hotel Mike. CQ AO-73. November 8 Hotel Mike at the AMSAT Demo Station at the Dayton Hamvention. Calling and listening. CQ AO-73. November 8 Hotel Mike. November 8 Hotel Mike at the AMSAT Demo Station at the Dayton Hamvention. Calling and listening.
Here is Whiskey Bravo 8 Romeo Juliet Yankee WB8 RJY on the AO-73.
WB8RJY is November 8 Hotel Mike. Thanks, Jeff. You're 5 and 9. Good signal here into Echo Mike 79, Dayton, Ohio. Here demoing the Hamvention. You're not only live to the people here, but you're live on the internet as well. WB8RJY, Jeff.
Okay, very nice, Paul. Here, have a very, very nice signal here also. 5x9. Good S-time signal here in Lansing, Michigan this afternoon on the AO-73 satellite, which I'm looking at the map is right over the top of Maine about this time, going over the East Coast. Over.
Okay, very good. Thanks for telling us where the satellite is. We're tracking it here. We got the manual rotator. W5IU is the rotator right now.
Fantastic. Well, here's off the W5IU. He's doing a fantastic job. Both my rotators are controlled by the computer, so I don't have that problem, especially since I'm in the basement and the antennas are on the roof. Okay, Paul, have a nice afternoon at the Hamfest. W8HM at the Dayton Hamvention, WB8RJY in Lansing, Michigan.
Okay, 7-3, Jeff. Yeah, 7-3, November 8 Hotel Mike is the call, of course. QRZ, anybody else out there? This is November 8 Hotel Mike at the Dayton Hamvention. CQ 73. November 8 Hotel Mike. November 8 Hotel Mike at the Dayton Hamvention.
November 9, playback Paul.
WN9Q, I could hear you. November 8 Hotel Mike here at the Dayton Hamvention. Okay, kind of lost you a little bit there, but copy the WN9Q, and you're in Wisconsin there. Gotta adjust the volume here so I don't feedback on that wearing a headset. Thanks for calling in. We're having a good time demoing satellites here at the Dayton Hamvention. So 7-3, WN9Q, November 8 Hotel Mike. QRZ, is November 8 Hotel Mike from the Dayton Hamvention AMSAT Demo Station. CQ 73. This is November 8 Hotel Mike at the AMSAT Demo Station. CQ 73. This is November 8 Hotel Mike. November 8 Hotel Mike at the AMSAT Demo Station.
November 8 Hotel Mike, Alpha 5, Public Kilo 5 PK, Paul.
Hey, Granny, 5 PK, November 8 Hotel Mike, and Echo Mike 79 at the AMSAT Demo Station here in Dayton.
Roger, copy 5-9, and Mike 91 in Texas, also watching your Periscope stream.
Okay, very good, yeah, good. Hi, Glenn, and hi, everybody else out there watching. So glad you're watching it there. Hope you're enjoying the Periscope streams here from the AMSAT booth and demo area. 7-3, 85 PK in Texas, November 8 Hotel Mike. Anybody else out there is November 8 Hotel Mike at the AMSAT Demo Station at the Dayton Hamvention. CQ 73, November 8 Hotel Mike. November 8 Hotel Mike at the AMSAT Demo Station at the Dayton Hamvention. Roger. CQ 73. This is November 8 Hotel Mike at the AMSAT Demo Station at the Dayton Hamvention. Calling and listening. CQ 73. November 8 Hotel Mike. November 8 Hotel Mike. The AMSAT Demo Station at the Dayton Hamvention. Calling and listening. CQ 73. This is November 8 Hotel Mike. November 8 Hotel Mike at the AMSAT Demo Station at Dayton Hamvention. Calling and listening.
Frequency.
Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll yak with you here a little bit for the demo.
I just sort of sound like anybody else is around the bird. We'll talk a little bit until somebody else comes on. November 8 Hotel Mike at the Hamvention, WB8RJY, Lansing, Michigan.
Okay, Jeff. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, you're up there in Lansing, Michigan. So, yeah, you're not real northwest, but good to hear you there. Yeah, 73 always has a good, strong signal here. We have some challenges here with interference and such, but good to hear you. WB8RJY at 8 channel the Dayton Hamvention.
Okay, Paul, very good. We're down about 8 degrees elevation here right now. I see the satellite just about going over the top of Cuba. It's going to be passing Cuba here very, very shortly. Okay, we'll turn it back, and hopefully somebody else will come on and give you a contact before we go LOS on this thing. Down to about 7 degrees. November 8 Hotel Mike, WB8RJY, 7-3, Paul.
Okay, yeah, 7-3, Jeff. Thanks for calling. Yeah, we got about 4 degrees more than you on this pass. 7-3, anybody else out there? November 8 Hotel Mike at the Dayton Hamvention. South American, the footprint? CQ 73. November 8 Hotel Mike at the Dayton Hamvention. CQ 73. November 8 Hotel Mike. November 8 Hotel Mike at the AMSAT Demo Station. It's Dayton Hamvention. I think we're beaming into the truck now a little bit. CQ 73. November 8 Hotel Mike at the AMSAT Demo Station. Yeah, probably won't. We can still hear the beacon, but we probably don't get into the transponder with all the obstructions we have. You can hear that there. That's the BPSK beacon, 1200 baud. It's easily decodable with the FunCube dashboard and an RTL SDR, the FunCube dongle, or any SSB capable receiver. I'm starting to lose it now. Take a quick switch through the transponder fast and see if I hear any signals. Probably not. Some there around 57, but we're pretty much done. Okay, so I hope everybody here enjoyed the demo and everybody watching on the Periscope stream here. So 7-3. Thank you for joining us. This pretty much concludes our demo activities. We will have a couple more passes to listen to coming up here. Actually, let's tune into the ISS. We should have AOS very shortly on the ISS.
Okay.
So let's tune in. We'll listen to the packet burst from the ISS as well. We won't be decoding any packets. My Kenwood PhD7 D72 is inside, so we're not going to decode the packets, but you'll get to listen to what they sound like. Yeah. So this is the Apers digipeater on the ISS, which you're hearing now. It'll be getting very strong here shortly. It's certainly more powerful than any satellite, any other small satellites we have in orbit now. A lot more power available on the ISS. So it's just coming up now.
That's why.
And we're starting to get packets about an S2 or so. It's very simple to decode. There are various sound card modems and such available for PCs. Apers HTs will receive that. TNCs, there's multiple ways to decode the packets. Fortunately, we don't have anything set up here right now. We'll just listen to the packets as it comes across. We're up to about S6, S7. What's your elevation there, Keith? 31 degrees above the horizon.
How do you program
if you do a two-way Apers exchange, you exchange your call sign, just a 5-9 or something. And if you can exchange packets back and forth onto it through the digipeater, and that does count as a satellite. There's a few people doing that. A lot of people that have it set up are just there are always a few people on that'll call. I do wish I would have thought it out when I do a D7A, so to speak, but here's a D72. The ISS doesn't. I mean, the digipeaters through ground stations. It does beacon. It doesn't have any robot.
It's kind of hard
to do that. But that's not a bad idea. This is it's 1200 baud AFSK.
Because it has
it's an FM receiver. So it's just your standard, same thing. So, I mean, there are a lot of people beaconing. So, like 5 watts of that antenna, You might be able to get a packet or two in. If you have an arrow, you can get a few packets in. I know WD-90, he always uses D-73. He shares Apers messages with a few people at times.
Trying to pick up
and makes uses that way. There's a few other people that do that. Unfortunately, a lot of people just do the unattended. We like to just, I mean, that's okay to a point, but some people have it set every minute instead of a beacon. That's just, I mean, just beacon once or twice and leave it. My opinion is leave it for people who want to do sets rather than just
it does work. I guess what I'm talking about is
yeah.
You're right.
Especially if you're on the side of 5 watts isn't going to be through a bunch of trees. Maybe. It depends. In the majority of cases, you can make a lot of satellite contact with 5 watts.
One day he'll come here.
I've made over 2,700 just 5 watts. So I don't have any.
I think he's just like
starting to get a little weak here.
You like your Kenwood?
Actually, I got a better one than this.
E7A? Yeah, I've used E7A. It works well.
And you have 7 or 72A?
I have the 70. I got it used for.
Do you recommend a 72A?
I've never used it. A lot of people, I mean,
it's full duplex. It's only one on
full duplex. Satellite, yeah,
I got 2 exactly.
It's expensive. So it works pretty well. It sells itself. I like the Rico HT that does full duplex. It sets itself over the Chinese.
I like these.
Full duplex.
And I got like
we're waiting to see whether or not when we have a box.
down to 1 degree.
Yeah, we're down. Whether or not those same radios are better with the 77. It's all the harmonic is right here.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get all of that.
So I think we'll let's see how these other radios.
Oh, you were in the right place. And now the guys are
now,
closing up.
6A, which he said it just to broadband receive.
6A is fine at receiving things.
Use it on transmit and use the better one on receive.
Yeah, you can do that.
Work.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is, if I want to buy an HT, and I'm trying to. I narrowed it down. I think to the T60 like he has, that Kenwood 72A or or maybe the 6A would be nice. But
you want to go all out with an FM?
Now, hopefully, we'd like to get some birds up there.
D-72 is really the only
in the next few years where that actually would be a problem. Stuff high frequency.
F6A, you can listen to non-FM stuff. That's the advantage.
So it is
it's not full duplex. And the SSP receives nothing special. These are the same stuff.
What time is it?
Yeah, I mean, it's, yeah. Oh, yeah, you have yours coming up at 11:49. So.
Okay. Yeah, I got to
set up. You set up your decode and everything?
No problem. Thank you.
You set up the code?
So your opinion is if you're just going to get one radio, the 72A, probably.
If you're going to go...
If you want damper, set. Damper set.
Still thinking about that D-72.
Yeah. I was looking at that one too. I
hesitate to recommend it because we don't have a satellite now. We want to get into satellites, but we have satellite on orbit, a new triangulation, and of course we're planning to launch 4 over the next 2 years, so there could be up to 5, 6 at some point.
That would be nice. Having just the one right now. Yeah, if they ever figure out, if they ever get a fix for AO-27.
Yeah, you know, AO-27 is still, as far as I know, it's still saying it's just software will run on probably radiation damage to the memory. I think what they need to do is they need to write code that can bypass those damage.
They've been trying to.
Yeah.
But at first they got to figure out what's corrupt this thing. Oh boy, that's going to be fun to do.
Yeah, he knows they is a current production radio. I mean, they sell, it's probably, by now it's got to be, I'd say it's got to be the widest selling radio on the market. It's been on the market since its current point, since 2004. It's
maybe a little before that.
And it's 2000 was when it came out. The original came out in 2000.
And that one on 70 centimeters there is one of the almost original.
That's one of the almost original.
One on the right. I know it was on a trip with me in Australia in 2003. And I worked from northern Queensland to Graz, Austria on 20 sideband using that and a dipole we hung up in the tree as high as we could reach. 2.5 knots on 20 sideband.
I got you beat on that one. I've got from my home in Detroit, in South Africa. Of course, propagation was really good that day.
Oh yeah. We had a little help too.
Well, I worked with 5 watts and an Alex loop. He's here. One of those coax and then I worked at 168 cc's and all conference. So the 1917 and Alex loop antennas. And I've used the Alex loop antenna AO-7 as a mode A transponder, which is 2 meters up and 10 meters down. I've made 2 contacts on that with just an A-17 on the uplink, second A-17 and the Alex loop receiving the 10 meter down.
Have either of you used the 91?
I've not used the 91. There's a few people that are very, very good radios for satellites. Of course, they're expensive because they have DC to data.
Satellite-wise, it's essentially the same thing as the 910.
Except it's bigger and it has all the
HF. Bigger and has HF.
The nice thing, though, a lot of people use the 910 like John. He brought his 910. It's very small and compact. It's a little bigger, but it does everything. You get the L-band, the 1260 unit in it. You'll be able to use Fox 1C and Fox 1B with the L-band uplink on it built in. You'll be able to. I mean, it's got everything you need.
The 19 is like
just VHF.
Yeah,
you got a
1.2. You got the module.
And it's not current production.
because I was looking at the 9100, so I was telling me that
and you're fine with you. Or no, yeah, there's no particular interest on that. it's the only radio you need. So that's for HF, that's pricey. It's unfortunate that there's, you know, you have the 9100 goes up to TS2000, which is also HF. Well, it's got a birdie right on the SO50. John, he loves this, you know, visual, wide opinions. So some people hate it, some people love it.
What about the Icon 820 and 20?
Those work great too. Find one in good condition, they work great. All the input out, that vertical sound. When you get 3000, that's the way around the birdie. The nice thing about that is when you turn it on, SAT BC32, when you're computer controlling for satellite Doppler, it has the ability to do the transverter. Right? So it can, you tell it, you configure it so that it, you know, I don't know exactly how to do it. So you have to edit the configuration files. Pretty easy with instructions. But it'll know you have a transverter, so it'll tune properly for that. It'll tune the band that your radio's on for the transfer.
That's how I would LS.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you have transverters on both bands, right? So that's a way to do it. To get around the birdie. It does cost a little more and adds a little complexity in the setup because you're going to bypass your 70 centimeters for that. Bypass the radio converter, down converter, you don't need a full transfer, you just need a down converter. Yeah, and I think the only one that's in current production for down converting 70 centimeters is Hythere Microwave has one. I don't know if any, there might be a few others.
I haven't kept up with it lately.
When I talked to Kendall and was asking about birding, they said just give it a listen, get the manual, print it out, find out where our birdies are, and they go to the birds that come in here and make the decision. Buy a con.
Well, we all know the birdies on SO50's down there.
And I said, well, I know there's one right. He says it's in the middle of a pass band. I said, he said, but we're not going to do anything with Sacro. He says, I mean, we want it. He says, I want it. It's at least 2 years away before they even begin to start talking about it.
They've been
complaining
about it ever since that radio came in.
Because AO-27, when it was launched, AO-27 was active, and that's the same frequency as SO-50. Yeah. So SO-50 was like after the TS-2000.
Guy Kim was saying they had like 11 different timers that are in that rig, and in order to,
I mean, it's always
you adjust one, you see might as well just design the radio.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, that leads a lot of people to not recommend it for that issue. Some people like it, some people love it, some people don't like it. KYSC was saying earlier that it's the best satellite radio he's owned, and that's why he deals with the down converter. You know, others swear by the 910. You know, there's always any radio is always an just like any radio. So it's always, you always have those debates. I mean, you can do a lot worse than TS-2000 as a radio. It's nice. It is a nice radio. I've used it on. I've never used it on satellite, but I've used it on HF.
Years ago, I used to do the 2 meters AMSAT for HFN, so it's
Yep. Yeah, AO-7 has it, but the thing with AO-7 is the batteries are dead, so it's only on in summer. So when it eclipses, it resets, and by design it resets in mode B, which is 70 centimeters up and 2 meters down, like we're doing on the AO-73. So the mode A transponder only comes on either if it jumps, sometimes it jumps because it's a little quirky and it jumps. Strong signals bring down, or if it's not getting enough sunlight, it can briefly jump and reset into a different mode. Sometimes that's the mode A comes out. But now since every time it's in a part of its orbit where every orbit, every other orbit goes into darkness and turns off. So it's almost always in mode B right now. So you'll almost never hear it in mode A, which is too interesting right now. It'll be in constant sunlight again. I think around November and December it'll be in constant sunlight again. Maybe earlier than that. But it's now getting to the point where it's actually going to be we actually eclipse almost every orbit for years, like 30 years or so. The orbit changes, it's in a high, it's in 1,450 kilometers, so there's not much atmospheric drag to change that orbit, so it changes slowly over time.
It hasn't changed much since 1974.
Well, I think it's gone around because it was
So I mean, if you look at it just really has, it presets what I'm saying. The actual altitude of it and everything the same.
Yeah, precesses, it's gone around a couple of times now in terms of the clock. It's in a sub-synchronous orbit, so generally comes over the same time of day, but that time of day shifts every so often. Because of the orbit it's in, there's no propulsion or anything, no stability to keep it in that sub-synchronous. So it does move ever so slightly. 11:49, we're going to have MO-76. I don't know where Michael went, but he'll be back to listen to this song. MO-76 is what's called a pocket cube. So you saw the CubeSat, I don't know if you saw the CubeSat, it's 10 centimeters cube. Pocket cube is, well, if he comes back, he'll have the model of it.
Sitting there in a box.
Yeah, I won't touch it without him being here. He comes. So we'll touch it. We'll have him get it out.
We'll give him full control.
So we'll turn it over. He's one of the engineers on it. They worked on the satellite. So
We're giving you a good lead.
Oh my gosh!
just talk about you. So
Oh, you were?
go in your spiel about MO-76. And we'll be on the internet too. So we'll keep you going. So this is Michael Kirkhart, KD8QBA, and he'll talk about MO-76 or the $50 sat.
Yes. Okay. This is who I am. Anyway, this is a picture of the QSL card. This is a picture of $50 sat. This is actually the QSL card we give people who give us reception reports anywhere in the world. So I've been spending a lot of money on. I've spent a lot of money on international postage. It's not that bad.
Actually, I still have to send for one.
You got a reception report?
It wouldn't be current because I could do another one, but.
Well, when did you? Well, I should just send you one anyway. If I had some cards, I'd just write it up. You gave me the date and what you heard. So anyway, what this guy is, he is one of the first four of a new class of satellite called pocket cubes. Now, if you guys were in the AMSAT booth, you probably heard him talk about Fox 1s and CubeSats, because that's what that is. That's a one-unit CubeSat. That's 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters. And about 1 kilogram mass. Pocket cubes, this guy here, this is a 1.5 P pocket cube, so it's a little bit bigger than a 1 unit pocket cube. This guy is like 5 centimeters by 5 centimeters by about 9 centimeters and about 200 grams.
Yeah, it's coming out 13 degrees.
So after the pass, do you want to show everybody?
After the pass, you see that box here? I have the engineering model, the $50 set with me, and I'll be happy to kind of like show it and all that kind of stuff. But in the meantime, do, we can set up to listen to the flight model. Now, hopefully we'll hear it. It's been a little unhappy since Tuesday, and I'm not quite sure what happened, other than the fact that I didn't hear it until it was nearly at the horizon, where the signal's really weak. Well, it's kind of weak to begin with, because it's only a 100 milliwatt transmitter. But, so, what I'm going to do, bring out my MacBook here so I can easily track this thing. Normally I do when I go to work a pass outside, is I'll actually have this written up on a piece of paper. But since I don't, okay, we got about 4 minutes. And I'll put this here, show next pass. This is a path that's going to take her along the sky. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's going to be coming from the north at about 30 degrees or so, I'm guessing, 20-some degrees. And then it's going to sweep, you know, it's going to go south from the east and get to about 30-degree elevation. So right now we're at, so what I'm going to do, this radio set up. Because I can't do math in my head anymore. Calculator. The prediction program here will tell me what the Doppler shift is, but it's assuming 100 kilohertz downlink frequency, and it's actually 437,505. So I just got to take this number and multiply it by 437,505. I won't hear it right away, and the reason is it is just right now it's been in sunlight for, I'm guessing, like about 10-15 minutes, and it's still warming up. So the battery, when it's cold, it's kind of weak, and because the temperature's below 0 degrees Celsius, we don't enable solar power because we can't charge the battery below 0 degrees Celsius. Now it's probably warm, it'll be warm enough to get above that, but then you gotta wait for it to get the battery up a bit. It's pretty weak, it's been kind of weak, but it's been in orbit for over 17 months. So, you can see the battery, I love it. It's actually a $10 camera battery. That's and it's basically, the satellite undergoes a temperature swing of about 60 degrees Celsius. It goes from a high of plus 30 degrees to a low of minus 30 every orbit. Because it spends like about 30% of its time behind the Earth, you know, like eclipse, meaning the Earth is blocking sunlight. So it can't charge the batteries, and because there's nothing in space, you're either absorbing radiation or giving it off. When it's an eclipse, it's giving off radiation, which makes the temperature go down. Let's see, 30 seconds before it comes over.
How long did it take to hear it yesterday on this same pass?
It was down. God, it had to have been like within like 2 to 3 minutes at the end of 2 minutes at the end of the pass. Yep. Anyway, there it is
See that red dot there? And now the bright red dot. Since we're so low to the horizon right now, I'm going to leave it in sideband mode. When it gets up high enough, I'll actually switch it to FM mode so we can hear the, because at that point, we should, it should be close enough that we'll be within the link, the link margin for FM, and we'll be able to hear the more speaking. Got everything but the kitchen sink in here.
What's the altitude it's at now?
I think apogee is at about 570 some kilometers, and perigee is at like.
So how far is it decayed since launch then? Because it was over 600 at launch, right?
Yeah, it was 625 at launch. It's lost about 60. It's lost about 60 some kilometers of altitude since launch.
That doesn't have quite the ballistic coefficient of a 1.3 kilogram 10 centimeter CubeSat, so it's going to decay faster than any of the CubeSats ever on that launch, including AO-73, which is still at apogee over 670 and perigee around 592 or so.
Yeah, about 2,000 kilometers. Okay. Yep. All right, I'm going to switch it to FM. That's not it. I wish I could say yes. There's something, if I remember, there was something right about 437, 512 yesterday. a little more chatty. Huh? About 4 minutes. We're still within range. I'll switch it over to sideband. It's going to be sending RTTY. We'll start hearing the carrier tones here shortly. We're not going to hear it again. It's like, less than 2 minutes. It doesn't have enough battery to transmit again before it disappears.
So what's the order again? It's CW, then MIDI?
It's FM Morse, then it waits 10 seconds for uplink command. Then it's either RTTY or fast FM Morse, and then GFSK data, and then forward error corrected GFSK data. And it goes through this cycle.
What type of forward error correction?
Is
that something like a feature on the chip you're using?
No, actually to code that in BASIC.
Nice.
I had to translate this is a convolutional encoder that was used, similar to like what the TI ISM band radios use. Right. It's a half rate M3 convolutional encoder, and it's 4x4 interleaved as well.
Okay.
Just mimic what theirs did. But I had to translate it. Somebody had an example is written in a C programming language, and I had to translate it to BASIC because the microcontroller we use on here is called a pickaxe.
You want to show everybody the engineering model, both here and
sure.
around the world?
Oh, around the world. Oh my gosh.
Is this over here?
How big a satellite really has to be?
So anyway, now the first statement I always make to everybody about this is that this guy is not a scale model. This is actual size. What you just heard, the same thing, basically is the flight model version of this same guy here. That's cool. So this here, well, all the hams know what this is, or most hams know what this is, but this is the antenna. Tape measure, best antenna making material in the world. Folds back, real nice, springs back. Nice marks on here, so you know when you go to tune the antenna, You know, if you want to say, I got to take 1/8 of an inch off, you got marks on there, so you know what 1/8 of an inch is. Very cool.
That's pretty cool.
So,
Can you actually include the tape measure?
yes.
Exactly right. I see, because they come up with this new stuff that's basically tape measure, but it costs way more and so much space qualified.
Is that one? Is that still transmit when it gets into sunlight? Does that still work?
Yeah.
Will you want to demonstrate it?
Oh, sure. Here, let me.
So you just turn it on the radio. Yeah, we're all tuned. It's fine.
Oh, this will hear it.
It'll pick it up, no problem. You don't have to worry about the Doppler shift too much. I mean, there's very infinitesimal. Just little.
Okay. So give it a sec. It takes about 30 seconds from boot to finally start. So to the sideband. Sound familiar? Here's what it sounds like in FM. So it rotates these beacons, it rotates through them, like 5 different ones.
Which is even working the AO-73
So SO50, AO-7, FO-29.
Okay, that's what the fast FM works is.
I bought an airway.
Now it alternates like every other operational cycle, whether it's going to send RTTY or fast FM Morse telemetry. I can usually tell from the beat, the Morse beacon, if I listen to what it is, whose call sign it's sending. Okay. Then I'll know what mode it's in. Yeah, exactly. Now three of the Morse beacons are the call signs of each of the developers of this. Like there's me, it's sending right now. KD8 KBA, Alpha Bravo 2 Sierra, Howie, and then Golf Whiskey 7 Hotel Papa Whiskey Stewart.
So you three were basically the design.
Yeah, so along with Professor Twiggs. Oh, this is what the RTTY sounds like if you're in FM.
About 7 times over.
You don't hear anything, you just hear like the receiver quiet.
Right.
It doesn't have solar
So it's quiet.
Yes.
in terms of the
Yes, it does. It's been operational in space since November 2013.
Really? Yeah, I was curious. I was going to ask you about that. How long has it been?
Yep, it's been over 17 months now.
17 months, and you expected, or hoping to get like...
I was hoping like
zero,
one
hoping
day.
one.
I was expecting 0, hoping for maybe a day, a week, or whatever.
We're approaching a year and a half.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, and this is it's the name $50. That's Stewart. That was Stewart's idea. Okay, that's what the FM Morse beacon sounds like in sideband. And I think that one is S50 sat. And this will be the fast FM Morse telemetry. So this is what it sounds like in sideband. It's really kind of like.
Very cool.
Yes. Yeah, if I couldn't find my digital recorder, I hope I didn't lose it. What I wanted to do, like I did yesterday when it was sending RTTY, I just held the digital recorder up to the speaker, and you heard, it's a pretty good signal, and I just recorded that, took that off, then extracted the WAV file on my MacBook, and then just replayed it, and then with FL Digi running, and it decoded it.
FL Digi is right. Is that
Yeah, that's an open source like digital mode software. I mean, a lot of guys use it for like PSK31 or RIDI or things like that. And it just keeps doing this until it dies.
So the battery in there is what now again?
It's a lithium-ion camera battery. If you look, it's underneath the board stack.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Little 700 milliamp hour camera, or it could be used for like a cell phone or something like that.
Right. Okay.
Nothing special. The only thing on this that is space rated is really the solar cell. These are like triple junction cells, so they're like approaching 30% efficiency, usually about 28%.
Yeah. So would that be like the most expensive part of that setup?
Yes, by far.
Okay.
I think when we bought these, now the manufacturer, you no longer can get these particular cells. These are the Spectralab Tasks. They no longer supply them. Now there's another company out there called Trisolex that supplies similar type triangular cells that are made from triple junction material.
What was the total cost of the flight model?
Somewhere between $250 and $300.
So not far off.
Yeah, but we were paying. Yeah, we paid like about $6 for each cell, and there's like 24 of them on the flight model.
So the controller again is a Pickaxe?
Pickaxe, yeah, Pickaxe 40X2. You can't really see it; it's underneath.
Yeah, okay.
But it's basically a microcontroller that runs interpreted BASIC. Now the reason for the BASIC, originally when we did this project, we were working as mentors for students at Morehead State University in Kentucky.
Hence the MO, right? Morehead.
Yeah, that's exactly where when we got our Oscar designation. We were number 76, but everybody gets to like pick, the prefix. So we thought about it, and it's like, well, given the fact that Morehead State University supported us in doing this, we thought, well, it makes sense to call it Morehead Oscar.
Sure.
So, we worked with Professor Bob Twiggs. Now, those that are in the satellite world know him very well. He's one of the co-creators of the CubeSat format, the very format that we're using for Fox 1A, B, C, D, and E, and such. So this was his latest idea. He came up with the CubeSat years ago when he was a professor at Stanford.
He lost a couple.
Dropped a few.
Oops. So anyway, so he retired, I don't know when, sometime mid-2000s or whatever, and then he got bored, decided he wanted to work again, and then the folks from Morehead recruited him. They got a really nice, now who would have thought, Morehead State, in Morehead, Kentucky, they got a really awesome, hey, it's Dr. Bob.
Stuff in his head, a little bit. Yeah, walk with me. I got my
anyway, he decided to unretire and go work there. They have a really nice space science center there, a real nice space science program, and of course they got this big 21-meter dish antenna. Wow. So he's like, oh yeah, can I come and play? That's what he said. So anyway, this was his latest idea, because what's happened now, CubeSats have gotten really popular, and so with that, now all of a sudden there's more demand to launch them, and then the launch costs have gone up.
Right.
So he says, well, can we make a smaller satellite? And that's where this was his idea. There was the Pocket Cube, and the idea was he called it a Pocket Cube because he figures a satellite you could fit in your pocket. Well, maybe close. So
is that what we're listening to?
Yep, we're listening through the M-squareds there on the radio here. I mean, it's
got
1
plenty of
milliwatt,
signal.
but 1 milliwatt, but I mean, it's like way more signal than we just heard.
Weak signal work,
Well, we heard the flight model.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yeah.
Going right overhead.
Just as loud as that.
Yeah, well, it wasn't overhead when it did it. It was like 10 degrees. 10 degrees.
That must be right over top of
So it's digital?
Huh? Yep. Well, it's multi-mode. It's like FM Morse, RIDI, GFSK data.
put it up there so I can get a picture?
Sure.
It's amazing what you can do with low ingenuity.
Oh, yeah.
Or when you don't know what you can't do, what you're not supposed to be, what doesn't work. So anyway, there's 4 solar, this only has 1 real solar panel because the university only made us 5. Okay. So 4 of them had to go on the flight model, so I put 1 on, I only had 1 for the, now I actually mounted old empty panel boards, and I actually have them wired in. What I can do is I have a little solar simulator in the box there that I can clip on. I left these leads a little extra long, so I can clip on and simulate solar power. I don't need to because I got solar power. You can see when that little LED on there too. It's flashing as it's transmitting.
That's for all the spacemen.
Yep. Exactly.
Just in case.
In theory, that would be visible from.
Yeah.
Could you see it? You'd have to have a really good telescope. Huh? November of 2013.
So it's still going?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And how much did you pay for the camera battery that's on board the flight model?
Oh, about $10 maybe. I think I got it off eBay.
It's lost some capacity, but it's still enough to power it.
Yeah, we talked about that. It's like, how do we file a warranty claim on this?
Almost sounds like the frequency on it is shifting up a little bit.
Yes, it is.
It's shifting up. I could hear it by the notes.
Yes. What's going on there, this is real interesting. And you notice this even on the flight model as well. What's happening is as the radio heats up when it's transmitting, and it's actually more pronounced in the flight model because I got the power turned down on this guy. As the radio heats up, the loading capacitance on the crystal oscillator, the pins where the crystal goes in for the oscillator, the capacitance starts to shift, and actually causes the frequency to go down because we're in lower sideband. Though it's going to sound like it's going up.
That explains it.
But yeah, the flight model does the same thing. We talked about ways to mitigate that. Because it does make it a little annoying when you're tracking the RIDI. But then again, that's actually small compared to how much shift you get from just Doppler. Especially like if it's directly overhead. It's not so much the Doppler, but it's the Doppler rate. Like if it's right at the horizon, you got about 10 kilohertz of Doppler shift, but it's not changing much. When it's directly overhead, it's changing at about 105 hertz per second, which is why I have to sit there and tune the radio. Now this time I was tuning the radio when I was sending RIDI, I was partly compensating for the Doppler and I'm partly compensating for that heating.
Does that shift the fact that we try to decode it?
No.
It's going to simply quit decoding it.
Yeah, FL Digi, and we did tests on this, FL Digi will handle a little shy of about 100 hertz per second. The AFC function on there will handle a little shy of about 100 hertz per second shift in frequency, but much more, and it can't handle it. So, yeah, to test that,
right?
Yes.
What's your call?
KD8QBA.
You'll hear it transmit it too, in CW at times.
Yeah.
Yep, that's one of the call signs it sends. And that was cool that we got to hear it this time. This is Moorhead Oscar 76. It's also known as $50 SAT, and the official paperwork has it listed as Eagle 2.
$50 SAT, I like that. Moorhead Oscar
Why did
56?
why is there
76.
Is there a story behind why it's called Eagle 2?
Yes.
Officially?
Yes. The reason for that is when Professor Twiggs, when they first announced this project, I think they were looking at possibly doing one pocket cube and then a follow-up. And he went ahead and filed with the International Amateur Radio Union for frequency coordination. And they had to come up, and you need a name for it in order to register it. And so they came up with Eagle 1 and Eagle 2. Now, Eagle is the mascot for Moorhead State University. So if you go on their website, you see like all their sport team, their athletic teams and all that. They're known as the Eagles. So that's why it was called Eagle 1 and the Eagle 2. Now the student-built satellite, Beaker Sat, or what was the official name they finally came up with? The T logo cube. That one is also known as Eagle. That one's known as Eagle 1 on the paperwork. But so we were the second one, so we got the Eagle 2 frequency. So I go, oh, we're Eagle 2.
Well, hey, thank you very much.
Oh,
You guys all put on a good show.
Oh, thanks. It's fun. I mean, like I said before, my instructor was heavy into SATs. Did a lot of the voice words back when AO-73 was still going. That's when I got my license. It was called AO whatever.
Which one? AO-7?
Might have been AO-7.
Well, it's about that time.
I just remember the exact one.
Yeah, I think we got to start shutting it down. The demo station's going to go QRT here in a minute. What time does Dayton, what time does Hamvention officially close?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock? Okay, so thank you everybody on the out there for joining us for AO-73, some ISS packet, some satellite discussion, and finally for Michael Kirkhart, KDQBA, with some very interesting and informative discussions of $50 sat, MO-76. So from Dayton, Ohio, for everybody at AMSAT, this is Paul, N8HM. We're going to go QRT, and until next year's Hamvention, although hopefully we'll have some interesting stuff for you, AMSAT related, especially from the symposium or elsewhere later this year. So again, this is Paul, N8HM. I hope everybody out there has enjoyed the videos that we've shared here. 7-3, and have a good day.
So I was